My name is Yele and I am honored to be here with you today. Look, today is going to be awesome. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be entertaining. You're going to have lots and lots and lots of education and we're going to rock it. So this is what I need you to do for me right now. Don't touch that channel because we'll be right back for more on Kids and Mom. Welcome back. So, sometimes we look at children in a class or amongst friends or at home, and then we notice that maybe one or two are very shy. They don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to speak up and they're not so confident. Today, we want to talk about overcoming shyness in children. And I have a very amazing person who is going to give us all the tips that we need. Her name is Joy Chika Olalere. She's a graduate of Educational Management from the Socialize University of Education, an accomplished primary school teacher with more than 7 years of teaching experience and outstanding classroom management skills. She's a trainer, an award winner, and with a genuine passion for helping children of all abilities reach their full potentials. She's a specialist in ensuring open communication with parents and administrators regarding the growth of the students and their well-being. Are you ready to learn? Come, join me. Joy, you're welcome to Kids and Mom.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Very well. Thank you.
Okay, so when we say that a child is shy, what do we mean?
Okay. Basically, when you say a child is shy, what it means is that there seems to be a pulling back for that child, or when a child feels withdrawn, not because of the things happening around him or her all the time, but from the internal person that the child is. So when a child just seems to hold to his or herself excessively beyond the societal standard, then you can say a child is shy.
Now, what is the root cause of shyness in children?
Sometimes it is based on their personality.
Okay.
At other times, it is the external environment that makes some children feel withdrawn.
Okay.
For example, when a child is in an environment that is tensed up, or when a child is in a place where he or she feels unwelcomed, or when a child is dealing with extreme problems, those factors can make a child feel withdrawn or get shy. Or sometimes when a child, most times children that stutter or stammers, or children with hearing impairments problems, they get withdrawn a lot, they get shy a lot because they feel if they try communicating with people around them and they are not being understood, it leads to frustration. So in a bit not to even get frustrated at all, they will just withdraw themselves from the entire environment. So sometimes it's a thing that can be internal or the environment could be the cause.
Now, sometimes we understand that parents want assertive children from the get-go. And so when they don't get the assertiveness that they want in their children, they try to enforce it out of them. And it backfires because obviously the child becomes more shy. So how do parents help their children? How do parents understand the concept of shyness in their children? And how do they help the children understand that there is nothing wrong in them being shy?
The parents themselves will have to bring themselves to the place of understanding that there is nothing wrong with my child.
Okay.
It begins with the parents.
Okay.
Because sometimes even the children can't really decide for themselves. So it begins with the parents recognizing the fact that my child is fine, my child is sane, my child is confident, my child can be this or can be whatever the model that they've set up for themselves. So it also boils down the fact that parents should also recognize the fact that children have their uniquenesses and their individualities. The fact that you have 4 children and 3 are assertive, very extroverted, always everywhere, and then you have this particular one that is just restrained at all time, doesn't mean that he or she has a particular challenge. Sometimes it could just be their personality. So parents need to make those children understand the fact that though you hold a lot to yourself, you are fine. You are not like your elder siblings or your younger siblings. You are fine. So making the children understand the fact that they are fine on their own personally will help those children to get better and then come out of the shyness or whatever it is that is making them feel restrained at all times.
Fantastic. Drop your comments and questions on our Facebook page. You can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. What tips can you give, or what advice or guidelines, let me use the word guidelines, what guidelines can you give parents to help their children overcome shyness?
One of the basic things is that most shy children do not want to be left alone.
Okay.
And there are times that they also don't want to attend social gatherings.
Okay.
So I will advise that parents should, as much as possible, encourage their children to go out and at the same time go with them.
Okay.
While you're with them in the public places, you make them understand the fact that mom is around, but she also needs you to mingle with other people. There are times that you might even have to make the child understand that you'll be meeting people today. Remember to look into their eyes so that they won't think you're weak or you're shy. So those simple things that you've told that particular child, assertiveness, affirming them, that your dress is beautiful. Wow, people really like to speak with you today. Just smile and look at their faces. Gradually, those children will become more comfortable when they are with people. And at the same time also, when you're in social gatherings, parents should also hang around a particular child that is shy, not excessively, probably like few miles away from each other, but in this particular situation whereby while the child is still trying to relate to other pupils, you can still cite the mother or the father from her father. Okay, mom is over there. When I need help, I can run immediately to her. So that way, children will be able or find it a lot easier to relate with other people.
I like what you said about, the social setting, taking them out and all of that. So, in what other ways can parents help their shy children to socialize? Okay,
when it comes to socializing, as much as possible, there are different things that call children's attention.
Okay.
The same thing applies to shy children also. There are some children that, though they are shy, they prefer sporting activities. So when you notice that this particular child likes sporting activities, allow them along that line. There are also some other associations like Boy Scouts, Girl Guides that allow children, the brigade people, or those brigading clubs. When children are involved in those activities, they have no other choice than to blend with people. They meet people, they go sightseeing. Aside going sightseeing, they are being given the opportunity to work with a group of people, teamwork, campfire. Those activities bring out the best of them, and then by the time they get back home, you start hearing things like, wow, I enjoyed it. I didn't know I was going to enjoy it. This time around, the parents are not even there. But because it's their interest, some children will tell you that they like a particular instrument, probably a guitar or piano or whatever. Allow them, once you've noticed the interest that she's shy, but she likes this, put enough attention into it and allow them. Just allow them have their fun. They might go the first time and tell you, somebody was looking at me one funny way, I didn't like it. Then encourage them, allow them go back again. Gradually to start dropping and they'll be able to relate better with people. But be warned, while you are expecting them to be just like the other siblings, like to mingle with everybody, theirs might be that they might just have to stick to one or two people. Most shy children, by the time they've overcome it to some extent, they just stick to either one or two people, and they are usually very, very, very good in building relationships.
So parents should just allow them to build the relationships
that they want themselves. Yes.
Okay, but when should a parent become worried, about the child's shyness? At what point should a parent become worried that this child is shy?
Yeah, I understand.
What can I do? As in, this child is not socializing.
Okay.
I've taken her out, they joined, she goes, she comes back, and this child does nothing. She just wants to be by herself, and she doesn't want to say something. At what point should parents be worried, and what can they do when they get to that point? Okay.
At some points like when it's beginning to affect the child's learning. When a child finds it difficult to ask or answer questions in school or even in social gatherings, probably like a spiritual centers and the rest, or in a classroom setting, the child wants to ask a question but is getting restrained because you don't want people to look at you. You can't answer question, you can't ask question. The parents should be worried at that particular point. A parent can also start getting worried when it comes to the point whereby there are people around them, but they find it and they are still getting bored. Imagine me having a large number of people, my peers around me, and I'm still getting bored. Meanwhile, I could actually go walk to any of them, but because I feel maybe my hair is not nice enough, or they'll look at me in a funny way, at that point, parents should start getting worried. And you might have to make them see a pediatrician or a child psychologist.
So do you think bullying in school could affect, could induce shyness in children? So because there are some children that are very playful and very exciting, and all of a sudden you go to school and then they come back and they don't want to speak. Should parents cite alarm?
Yes, a lot of times most children get withdrawn and very, very, very shy when they are being bullied, especially with verbal words.
Okay.
Verbal words like, "You're so big. How come your legs are this big?" Or "Your head is so big." Things like that will just make a child not even want to go out for recess at all. They will just remain in the class after eating instead of going out to mingle with the other children, because there are this particular other set of pupils that are there that uses abusive words. That child might just start hanging around other people, or not even hang around anybody at all. So at those points, the parents, once the child has voiced it out to you, or you've even noticed, please, you should make the school management aware of the fact that your child is being bullied.
Okay. Now, do you think shyness affects a child's development? Do you think naturally, a child, like you said earlier, a child could be shy because of their personality trait, but do you think it could affect the development of the child in some way?
It does. For most people, like 30–40% of people, by the time they've attained the teenage age, they start dropping it and then they become better with relationships. Okay. But there are this particular set of people that they just get formed into adulthood like that, and it affects their development because psychologically they get depressed. Yes, they get depressed easily. It leads to anxiety a lot. They get tensed and are always suspecting that the people around them are dangerous or something. So it has a lot of effect on their development.
Now, do you think parents should, talk to, because we've moved from children to preteens and teenagers. When the child becomes a teenager or a preteen and they're still the same way, and do you think they probably should pry deeper, maybe go see a doctor, a psychiatrist, a therapist or something? Because as children you could just take the person to the doctor and say, "My child is shy," but as a preteen you kind of have to motivate them to go with you. So what do you think, what kind of advice do you give to parents? Because I'm just citing mine here.
At that stage, when the child is already almost formed, you just have to take the child to other specialists that will assist you where that child is concerned. Like you said earlier, either seeing a psychiatrist, a psychologist, or any other person in the medical field that will help the child come out of his or her cave or express some things that is making he or she get withdrawn. You'll be surprised that sometimes when children are at their early ages, probably there was a particular site that they saw that would just have been the cause for everything. And they might not be able to tell this to their parents. It might even be something that was caused by a parent. Imagine a child seeing one of the parents committing murder. That is enough reason for a child to just get withdrawn from everybody. So in situations like that, you might need to expose the child to other medical people that will be able to help you. Yes, that will be able to assist us.
This is a very serious issue because this thing leads to sociopathical disorders if they are not taken care of. So parents really need to be on the lookout. It's okay to have a shy child, but it's not okay to have a withdrawn child. So because a lot of parents would just say he's shy, that's why he's always in his room. It might not be shyness anymore, if you don't really take care and look out for that. So do you have any other advice you want to give to parents?
Okay, generally Parents, understand the fact that your children at their formative age have a lot of tendencies to be shy. Not all, few. But while they are getting older, it should be dropped. Okay, for example, I use myself as a personal example. When I was a lot younger, I was very shy. To the extent that I didn't even know that I am beautiful or that I can read until when I got to SS2. Wow. Yes. So it happens that after some time, I met some right set of people, I got help, and then I'm fine. But there are times that, imagine if all the people around that particular child are people, negative people, highly negative people. That will just ruin the child. So just as much as you can, give the child enough love, enough attention, enough help as much as you can afford also. And then, hopefully, the child will be what you want him to be, him or her to be.
Well, thank you so much, Joy. You bring joy to me. Like, your name has brought joy. You brought joy to my show. You brought joy to everyone listening. You brought joy to parents who have been worried about their children, not knowing exactly what to do. You're amazing.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you.
Wish you the very best in everything.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate you, honestly.
Thank you.
And you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Parents, you heard, you've seen, and you've known today how to handle the shyness in your children. Don't overlook it. Be careful, be on the lookout. Be their friend. Be the kind of person that they can speak to. Be the kind of parents that they can confide in. And when you get to the point where you can't, seek medical help. Drop your comments and questions on our Facebook page. You can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram.
My name is Kenneth Lee. I'm 11. I just clocked 11. I'm just 3. A veterinary doctor, because I noticed that since when I was a child, I had this passion of love for animals. And I just knew that's what I could be. When I'm in senior class, I'm going to be in science, and I'll always in the university. I'm going to study how to be a veterinary doctor. My role model is, first of all, my role model is my parents, and then also Dr. Chris in America, a vet doctor. He's my role model because he doesn't give up in any challenge he faces. Dancing and playing of the saxophone.
My name is Otong Jennifer. Keep watching Kids&Mum. Thank you.
Kids&Mum. 11 things to say when kids cry. We're on the same team. I will help you. I can see this is hard for you. I understand you're overwhelmed, and that's okay. That was really sad, frustrating, disappointing. Let's take a break. I love you. You are safe. Would you like help, a break, to try again? I can hear you are crying, but I don't know what you need. Can you help me understand? Let's come up with a solution together. Maintain silence and hold loving space for your crying child. And we've come to the end of the show. It's been an awesome time with you today. Thank you for staying with me from start to finish. I know that you've learned a lot today as much as I have enjoyed being your host. I'll be here same time, same station. So join me and let's learn together and let's build a great nation together. Till I come your way again next time, it's bye for now.